I've got 3 of these square tags that were in the little signatures, and I've cut out pieces of designer paper from the 12 by 12 to cover them. But I want to show you what I do to stretch my designer paper here. You can see that I've cut out bits and pieces of the patterned paper with my die. And the reason I do this is that you can kind of tear and fit to get things, you know, to cover the tag. And this paper has such a great distressed background that the tearing just kind of works with it. Now, normally I would ink these edges all up, but I'm not feeling that this time. I'm just feeling like I want to go ahead and which way do I want to do this? Yeah, I think I like it like that with the text. Well, there's text on both sides. Actually, I'm going to go this way. And there's a little overhang here. So what I do is I just place my paper in my die, in my tag die, and I just cut out pieces, and then I come back and I put it together like this so that it looks like you have this cohesive piece. And the amazing thing is you can add rub-ons and things, even washi tape or elements like that, and it matches up and it looks great. So I'm just going to show you kind of how I piece these together and get a little more distance out of my patterned paper this way.
My Lord is like cool spring wind when I am tired, laden. My Lord is like cool blue pond when I am hot and fading. My Lord's my strength, the reason I try. Though times are hard coming, my Lord's my pillow, which I lay my head, and I will answer his beckon. When we sail that final shore, Jesus has the tiller. Oh Lord, I want to be on that boat, bathed in love eternal. Oh Lord, I want to be on that boat, bathed in love eternal.
I think these look really cool, and I'm pleased with how that turned out. Now I will throw all these little scraps away. All right, my friends, now that we've got these tags covered, I'm just going to show you some little tips for finishing them. And of course, you can customize yours for your taste. But on this tag, I've added a rub-on right in the center. And then I took some twine and ran it through the top. I'll show you how I did that in just a moment. And I've scattered some little flower chips around. I want to create another little scene, and I'm going to actually cover up our little bird with this fussy cut house. This is from that collectibles pad. And one thing you might want to consider doing, I know it seems like a lot of time at the front end, but I fussy cut all those elements before I got started, and that way when I want something, it's ready for me. And I actually wear compression gloves when I am doing a ton of fussy cutting because it helps protect my joints, and it also keeps me from getting blisters. If you're doing like a ton of fussy cutting, it's really easy to bang out a blister. So I have these little compression gloves that I wear when I fussy cut. And the fingers are open so it doesn't interfere with my ability to work. It just protects me from blisters. So, all right, so see, we just layered up a few little elements over this, super cute. On the back, this is cut out, I believe, from the 8x8, and I just added a little chipboard butterfly and some little flowers, and that finishes this one. So let's bring this tag in. And on this one, I just love these little teacups. Now, I'm not bumping these up with foam tape or anything, because I'm not sure exactly how. I have an idea how I'm going to use these, but I haven't completely made up my mind yet. So I don't want to limit myself, and they may not fit if I put too much dimension on there. So I left the top edge of this sentiment straight, and I'm going to take my little marmalade kitty and tuck him just inside and kind of over close to the teacups. So there's that. Flip this over. This back has all these pieces. This is the one that I pieced and pieced and pieced, but it's going to turn out so cool. Here's a large book from the fussy cut, and I'm just going to use my thumbnail here and my thumbnail here. I'm going to fold these flaps back like this. I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive along this bottom edge and adhesive on my flaps. And I'm going to put this book down right here. So now we've created a little tuck spot, and then I went into the 8x8 and I cut out this cute image, and this will tuck right inside. And that is so fun because it looks like the balloon is coming out of the book. So that was quick and easy. To do the twine, this is just ivory burlap from Really Reasonable Ribbon. And I just pull off a piece, I don't know, it's probably 2 feet long. And I fold it in half, and then I fold it in half again. I go through the top, and then I pull the legs through the loop. Like this. I want to make sure we're kind of even here. And then you can just twist it. You just twist it. And it will kind of make a little squirrely shape all on its own. And I'm going to come in with my Dries Clear, stick that down, and then you can go in and you can take a flower from your paper, your little fussy cuts, and put it over there to kind of hold it in place. And then if you want to scatter, like put this little flower down here by your kitty. Oops. So that's 2 tags down. Here comes the 3rd tag. For this one, I've got this fussy cut wheelbarrow, and it's a little bit big, but it's going to work just fine. We're going to glue this down. I just love how fanciful this collection is. There we go. And then I've got this word beautiful. I'm going to put it right along here. And I'm just going to take my scissors and snip this little extra bit off. And that brings us to the front side. I've got my garden path. And this is fussy cut from that collectibles booklet. And I'm going to put this down like that. Then I took this large terracotta pot and I used my craft knife to cut a slit to open it up. And I have this bundle of lavender. And this bundle of lavender. I'm just going to overlap these. And I'm going to put this down. All right, maybe I need to go over here. Yes, that's better. Kind of sort of in the middle. All right. And then I've got this small terracotta pot. This just cracks me up, y'all. And I'm going to layer it in as well. I want this to go right about here. And so that this does not look like it's kind of floating out there in the ether, I'm going to take some purple flowers and put them around the base. And then a little leaf. Just like that. So you can see quick and easy, and then I'll just finish this off with the twine as well. So that's how you finish your tags. I'll show you how we're going to use them in the book when we get to that point, but fun, right? If you wanted to add a little word here, you could, but I think I'm good. On this inside cover, and I know normally I do like a slash pocket. I just want to build a little scene here. I think that's going to be really sweet. So I went into my collectibles and I cut out this wisteria vine, and I'm going to put this above the Home Sweet Home. And then I have this darling little bluebird that's going to go right there. I've fussy cut out this table scene. And while we're putting all these elements down, let's just talk a little bit about the different types of collage. There's all different types of collage. There's the collage that uses color. There's collage that uses texture. I like to make collage that tells a story. I like my collages to tell a story. I'm a storyteller at heart. It's what I love. I love a good book. I love a good story. So I like my collage to tell a story. I like to create scenes that you feel like you can, walk into. So my collages will always tend to be more storytelling in nature. And that's just what I like. It's just who I am. I really appreciate the other types of collage. It takes, you know, whether it's using pattern or design or color or texture or, you know, whatever. But I love to tell a good story. So here's my little kitchen in my little dream cottage. And she's just come in from the garden to have her cup of tea. And there's her hat, her garden hat on the chair. She's gone to clean up before she comes and has her tea and reads her book. And how do we know she was in the garden? Well, because there's her wellies. All right, so that's the inside cover. I was picking up to move to the next step when I saw this beautiful rub-on. And I thought, oh, that's too pretty not to use. So we're just going to put this down up here in this corner, and then I'll come in and put our little bird back in. Okay, we need to work some more on this. You can hear it separate as you rub. You can hear the rub-on separate from the acetate backing. And that's a sign that you can probably go in and check and see if it's adhered or not. And if it sticks, it means you need to come back in and do a little more rubbing. Otherwise, you'll have sort of a fragmented, which if that's the look you're going for, that's perfectly fine. All right, see how it's sticking right there? I just need to go in there and get that. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Look how that did. I love that. That just kind of finishes it off. So I had to come back and show you that. Love it. All right, guys. All right, friends, from the bottom half of the paper that we use to create our end papers, I've cut this 5.5 inch, well, actually it's 12 by 5.5 inches. So 12 by 5.5 inches. I scored a 1-inch flap on the left and then scored it at 5.5 to make this 5.5 by 5.5 inch square flap page. Then I took the scraps that were left from trimming this down to 5.5 and I folded them in half to make little gussets. Gussets are like, they're like my favorite thing. I use them all the time. If you're new to my channel, it's just a folded piece of paper that acts like a hinge or a side for a pocket. In this case, it's going to create a hidden pocket page on the back cover. So you can see, I just took this folded piece of paper and I put the folded edge against the cut edge of my paper. Oops, and I did it on the wrong piece of paper. Duh. That was not brilliant. All right, it's supposed to be on this piece of paper. Let's try that again. I think I got distracted because my sourdough bread is beeping at me. Can you hear it in the background? I'm actually trying to bake sourdough once a week. Well, because you have to tend the starter anyway, so you might as well bake with it. Okay, so that's in the right place. This flap becomes part of our pocket. And then I did this little 5-inch piece. This is 5.5 inches. This is 5 inches, and this is going to go down here at the bottom, so whatever we put in there doesn't fall out. All right, so now we take these little flaps and we place adhesive on them. We glue them down. And now this page flaps open, and this page has a hidden pocket at the back. See? So I took a piece of 12 by 12 and I trimmed it down to 10.5. Then I scored it. I believe this is 5. Well, it's about just a little over 5, you can see. And I trimmed most of it off this top edge. And now this will go right inside this pocket as a little hidden photo spot. And we can dress this up with one of our rub-ons. I'm going to choose this adorable little bird and place it down here in the wreath. Let me see. See how pretty that is? I love rub-ons. They're so cool. So that looks really neat there. And then I'm just going to leave this like it is. These are so precious. I might come in and scatter some little words from the cut apart sheet in here, but who would want to cover that up? Too cute. And now we can put together like a little collage or something on this cover. I thought about doing a pocket on a pocket, but I decided I want to do a collage because it will help weight down this page. And I've gone into my die cuts and I found this window. These are the adhesive die cuts, but I'm leaving the adhesive on. And I've used my X-Acto knife to cut open the windows. So we have this really sweet little opening window here. And that's the beauty of having room between our last signature and the back page. We've got that 1/2 inch, so we can add some dimension. And I'm going to put this right about here. And then when we open the window, I've got this sweet little kitty who's going to be in the window, peeking out. Isn't that cute? And this little potted plant. And I want to find a word to go up here. I was looking, they were all a little bit big. I'll keep looking, but I'll probably come back and add some sort of word. So I'm going to partially close these. Then over here on the side, I've got this butterfly that I'm going to have coming in for a landing. I'm just adhering him to the shutter. And I've got this sweet little bird who's sitting on the bird sill, and I put a tiny bit of foam tape behind him. So he's right here. Then I have all these flowers, and I'm going to start with these. And these are all from the various like adhesive die cuts and things like that. So these are going to go right here, like this. we're just going to build a little scene. It's going to be really sweet. This is going to tuck in right here. This is going to, whoops, tuck in right here. Almost like there's a flower box growing there. Got a leaf. Well, let's put this leaf maybe right there. I don't know. I'll wait on the leaf. I'm getting ahead of myself. You have to kind of build these things in stages. Then this aster goes right in here. And this little pink flower goes right in there. So I've got a small leaf to go here. Then I took this picket fence and I put a little foam tape on it. Isn't this cute? If I can lift these so that this actually goes over the fence. There we go. Isn't that cute? And then I've got this little sign that says home that we're going to put on the fence. I wanted this little doggy on there, but he's kind of big. I don't know. Let's see if he'll fit. We might be able to make him fit. Let's go with a smaller version. Yeah, that's better. Sometimes you can't tell until you get these whole things put together. So I put foam tape on the outside edge and adhesive on the inside edge. And this sweet little spaniel is going to be sitting right there. And then I took a birdhouse right here. I'll take these little floral bits and tuck them down. I want to make sure though that I don't interfere with this page's ability to flap open. So that's got to tuck in a little bit. There we go. I think we're okay now. Yep. Okay, good. And then this little flower right here. Potted plant. So there's our little bird going to the birdhouse. Isn't that a sweet little scene? And then you open up the windows and then there's your kitty and your potted plant. I just think that's super sweet. So that's our inside back cover. Now, if you wanted to make this strictly as a photo album, leave this blank and put a photo there. But I make these, I call them lap books. So you get to sit down and just look, but also don't forget, you've got these two panels here where you can put photos of your home, and it would be super cute to journal little things around these little houses, like write little phrases about homes or whatever. I might even go in and do that because I really like that idea. But anyway, there we go. There's our back cover. I just want to show you I found a little fussy cut to go here. Think happy, be happy, tucked in behind the kitty. And I'm not going to put anything on those flaps this time. I'm just not going to worry about it. But there is our completed little pull-out, so sweet, Love this, and I might go in and do the ink journaling, but that completes the second part of this tutorial, and I'll be back either tomorrow or the next day with the third segment. So you get to work and I'll get to work, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by, friends. Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design. Go get your craft on.